Warning: this is a Katawa Shoujo playthrough. Some content may be inappropriate for kiddies. Previously on Katawa Shoujo.
Look at that smirk that she has. Look at that smirk. It's just so smirky. That friggin' smirk. I had entirely neglected to take my medications last night or even this morning. Idiot, Ishio. Bad. Why you got the squiggly face? Why you got squiggly face? Squiggly face. Squidward. You're thinking perverted thoughts. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you come in to our bathroom time, say you want to get into my bath, and then you ask me this question. What do you mean you would be good? Maybe it would be good to slow things down a bit. You know, maybe go out to dinner once.
And our story continues.
Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, Jake of the OneManBand is back again, playing some more Katawa Shoujo. We're going to a party! Let's just go to the party! Walking up the now slightly more familiar corridor of the girls' dormitory, I almost said the doors girlmatory, I can hear the faint sound of laughter coming from up ahead. Well, they started the party without me, obviously. It doesn't take long to identify the source as Lily's room, though the deep timbre of the female voice unmistakably belongs not to her, but her sister. I rap my knuckles on the door, and I did it once before, yeah, yo. With the usual 3 light taps, my hand barely retreating as the door swings open. Hi, Akira. Hey, Ishio. Hey. Hello, Lily. Hanako. Okay, don't even give Akira props. I see how it's like. Hanako looks up tentatively, her hands buried in her oversized pink nightgown. From her side, Lily turns sideways towards the direction of my voice and smiles. It would be a flagrant lie if I say I dislike the sight of her in those pajamas. Well, we've seen her in the pajamas before. I catch Akira's giving me a side look with a knowing grin, to which I reply with a sharp glare. Akira, she don't skip a beat, doesn't she? She takes the hint, shrugs, and walks back to the low table in the center of the room. As I go to join her, Lily gives me a nod of greeting and starts pouring me a cup of tea. Woohoo! Tea! It's nice to see you again, Hanako. You've been getting around recently. Lily wears a look of concentration as a light brown liquid, carefully measured by her finger as always, flows from the teapot into the cup. It seems Hanako has taken up helping one of the people in your class with a newspaper club. Naomi, I think. Now, who is Naomi? Is she the girl with the one hand? Or, no, that's Miki. Who's Naomi? I don't know who that is. Even after spending about 2 months in the class, I still have trouble remembering the names of those students. I rarely talk to them. It takes me a few mental contortions to connect the name with a face. I eventually remember the girl that sits beside Hanako at the back of the class. Naomi Inoue, a fairly average-looking girl, except for her bleached blonde hair. Given her upbeat and straightforward personality, Naomi may have seen an opening to poach Hanako for her club when she inquired about joining one. Either way, it's nice to see Hanako broadening her horizons, and I think it's good too. Good for you, Hanako, branching out. When I first met her, the idea of her joining a club with anyone but Lily seemed utterly laughable. That explained how busy you've been. Enjoying it? It's really interesting. I see a little smile on her face. I see a little smile. As always, Hanako's far from being talkative. some things never change, and it seems that Hanako's personality is one of them. She'll likely always be one to shy away from being overly social. Warned about the sound of cookery against the table as Lily gently places my drink in front of me, I thank her and take a long sip. Hanako and Lily are attending to their own, and Akira is quaffing a mug of strong-smelling black coffee. 'Cause I gotta stay awake. You're a lucky bastard, Ishio. Why you say that? Why you use words like that? It's not nice. This is school environment. This school environment should be using words like that. I can't help grimacing at her teasing smile, still visible around the edges of her mug pressed to her lips. Seeing my sister in her pajamas, there's a lot of men out there who'd like to be where you are, eh? I've seen a lot more than that of her. Not that I'd admit it, though. Akira. I'm just teasing. She leans over to me as much as she can, whispering with a sly grin written on her face. And Hanako too, you perv. Oh, she got the oh face. Oh. Hey, that was her idea. We both look over to her, her face turning to the ground and her hands fidgeting in the lap of her nightgown. It's Hishio. I don't mind. Plus, I've seen her in her pajamas before. Don't you remember? I came to a birthday party. That was like back in Act 2 or 3. It was one of them. Ah, this could be bad. I know Hanako's altogether too innocent to bother reading too much into this thing. But an expression Akira directs at me is positively stormy. Akira, please. It seems Lily can sense Akira's sudden change in aura just as well as I, even without seeing it for herself. Akira slowly looks away from me, like an attacked dog leashed by its owner in the nick of time. I breathe a sigh of relief. I can't think of a more appropriate time to try to change topics than around now. If you don't mind me asking, Akira, what do you do for a living? I've never seen you outside of that suit. Thinking about what to do with yourself after school is over, eh? I'm a lawyer. Ooh, lawyer! You're a lawyer! For the most part, I work in the legal department of the Japanese branch of our family's company. That was a mouthful. That's a long job title. It's the most boring possible answer, I suppose. Law is a pretty dry topic to most people. I was gonna say dirty topic, but I guess it can be dirty. Kinda. Oi, you're not supposed to agree. Lily gives an amused giggle while holding her teacup and saucer, Hanako quickly joining her. This friendly atmosphere between everyone is something I'd missed while Lily and Akira were on their trip. While the dealings I had with Hanako don't help, I think just not having Lily around changed the mood. And it's nice to be back. I missed you, Hishio, and you too, Hanako. Well, you weren't gone. I mean, we were together at the cabin. Do you remember? We just had a conversation about it earlier in the day, last time on the last episode. Why are you referring to things that happened a long time ago? Why? I don't know. Let's keep going. Same goes for the both of us. I'm guessing your classmates were happy to see you back. In a manner of speaking, yes. I got it right as I started reading it. They can't see. She's in the blind class. Akira's amused snort shows she's well aware of Lily's attitude towards such figures of speech. I imagine she'd have to be, given how long they've been together. Well, their whole life, kinda. Did you have fun in Scotland? For a moment, I wonder why she's asking. Why the music going away? I like that music. It's happy music. It having been quite a while since they came back. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But then I remember everything that happened. We've simply not had time to look back with the exams and our Hokkaido trip. Lily's face goes distant for a moment, and the fact that Akira's first reaction is to look over to her sister doesn't escape me. Nevertheless, she quickly collects herself. Oh, I get it. You guys are keeping secrets, aren't you? Keeping secrets is not cool, man. It was nice. We hadn't met our family in such a long time, so it was a wonderful reunion. Yeah, I guess that's right. Their house being beachside was the best part, though. From her dismissive tone, I get the feeling Akira doesn't like their family as much as Lily does. You only liked that because you finally had time to play around. Just 'cause I'm the better swimmer. I don't take after the athletic side of the family, that's all. She's the more academic type. She's gonna be a teacher, of course. Well, you can take heart in the fact that you got the height genes, at least. And the bust genes. Oh, Akira. Oh, woe is you with your existence. It must be hard being a successful lawyer and being respected by so many people. Oh, woe is Akira. That's not really the right kind of thing to say around others. Though Lily pretends to scold Akira, she does with an unmistakable, slightly cheery grin on her face. I doubt Akira really minds that, judging from her nonchalant expression, while I don't either. Hanako's looking down and blushing furiously beside me. Some people just take sexual comments like that with a grain of salt. It all comes with practice, really. You grow a little numb to it after a while. The sisters' antics aside, their parents really do lead a bourgeoisie lifestyle. Yeah, it's strange. I know that word, bourgeoisie, but I don't know other words. And if that is not bourgeoisie, then I'm just gonna give up on life right now. It seems utterly divorced from the life that Lily and Akira have lived until now. I suppose, no, practicality must have made the decision for them. I have to come from such a wealthy and well-connected lineage only adds to the almost noble air Lily seems to have, though. It's a small wonder none of it seems to have rubbed off onto Akira. Akira's her own person. They really are as little alike as siblings could be. Their only similarity seemed to be their shared confidence, which can be both endearing and a headache at times. And time passes. Akira brings out the wine once again. Maybe. Most of the night continues much the same, with Hanako eventually leaving the Satao sisters and I to ourselves. She heads back to her dorm room for a rest. For a while, only the barely audible noise of Lily's teacup and saucer can occasionally be heard as she slowly drinks. The silence is strained as Lily and I wait for the elephant in the room to be addressed. Hey, Kira. Get out. Get out of here. Get out of here. Lily dutifully puts her cup down, giving her sister her undivided attention. With Lily and I on one side of the low table and Akira at the other, this almost feels like a judge passing down a verdict, which is funny because she's in the law department. I hear you two are going out now. I glance sideways at Lily to confirm her as a source of Akira's knowledge. She gives a gentle nod to Akira, which I mirror in affirmation. Deciding that this is the proper time to play and place to do so, the Akira being the closest figure to a parent Lily's had for much of her life, I bow deeply with my hands on the floor before me and my head very nearly the same. I'll take good care of your sister, Akira, I promise. And that is the way to do it! See, he's a loving young gentleman. Well, you know, it's only me. Gentleman status, yes. Where's my lobster and caviar? She must have heard my voice coming from the lower position than... she must have heard my voice coming from the lower position, than usual. Okay. It's funny, because she's, like, taller than us. I slowly bring myself back up, my eyes tentatively looking to Akira from under my brow. To tell the truth, I very much doubt my suited judge will raise any objections. She's not definitively the type to make her disapproval with others well known, something that leads her a measure of respect in my eyes. The old-fashioned kind, huh? Well, he's the kind of person I guessed you go for. Don't have a problem with it. I wish you two the best. Even if I didn't like it, I couldn't really do anything anyway. I offer a nod for appreciation to her as Lily gives a small sigh of relief. Likely more out of the duty than any act of belief Akira might have had a problem with us being together. Well, it's official now. She's got grin going on. I do wonder though, how's the rest of the family taking it? Practically part of the part reciting at Yamaku. Have you told her? Oh, she's talking about Shizune. Smiles turn to grimace as Akira grins downright evilly. Those closest know how to twist the knife best, after all. Putting up with it may be the best term for the situation. Don't you agree, Hishio? Yeah, that sounds about right. At least she's being reasonable about it. She didn't throw me in the brig or anything. Good to hear. That girl could be a handful at the best of times. We sent a few messages back and forth during and just after the trip, and she was already busting my chops for seeing my boyfriend when we came back after leaving Hideki for so long. She really doesn't care for the little guy. Oh, come on. She doesn't care about her own brother? I cast my mind back to Shizune's odd reaction after telling her that about our relationship, but decided not to bring it up. It's no doubt simply born from their mature apathy, and Akira's comments on only back that up. Well then, it's that settled. Gotta get to work early tomorrow, so I better be off. Okay, you're finally leaving. That's exactly what we want. Nah, Devin. She rises from the table with a grunt, her hand and knee on her knee to push herself up. I just noticed Akira's eyes lingering on Lily's for a couple of seconds before turning away as she begins to take her leave. After she walks out the door, she stops and looks up thoughtfully before turning to us one last time. Final advice, final word for the evening. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you. Use protection. Every time! Get out, Akira! I gag violently on the tea in my mouth. Contrary to my own, Lily's composure holds perfectly as she seems entirely unfazed. I'm kind of impressed. Well, we are, don't worry. Okay! Well, way to throw that. Atta Hey girl, see us. Way to throw our sex life out there into the open. Well, this is kind of awkward. I'm kind of down put right now. I think I'm just gonna go. Lily. And with that, she turns and strides out the door, a hand held high as she disappears into the darkened hallway, closing the door behind her. So that's how you say goodbye, Akira, huh? That's how I do, too. Like when I'm walking out of someplace. The most reaction I can muster is flopping forwards onto the table, completely drained of energy and truly exhausted by her. Lily's abilities to hold her own against that suited devil is something I admire. She really is incredibly blunt. I don't think I don't think I'll ever be able to keep up with your sister's energy. As I feel Lily's soft hand coming to rest on my own, I roll my head to the side and see her gently smiling. For a long time, we simply sit beside each other silently. Giving her unquestionably unusual height, she is pretty much exactly as tall as I am, probably a couple of centimeters higher, if anything. Like this, she appears even taller. And feeling her pale, soft hand against mine is a pleasant one. At this, the sight of the thin, silken pajamas she wears, showing her curves and collarbone. You do get along well, though, even if you don't say that. I guess. You know, you two are a lot more alike than I first thought when I met you. Then it's a good thing I quickly stopped you from going after her, isn't it? Yeah, that would have been terrible. I don't think I would have lasted 4 minutes. Though she jokes about it, my amusement of my inability to keep up with Akira, either physically or mentally, was quite in earnest. Lily's slow-paced and ladylike, almost motherly nature is perhaps the single thing that helped me most in the first weeks at Yamaku. Come to think of it, since when were we using protection? Yeah, it never specified back in the thing. What are you talking about, Lily? Why are you lying? As I give a curious look to my side, Lily's cheeks puff out as she huffs at me. Unlike you, I remembered the pack in the cupboard next to the sink. Oh, the pill. Okay. So I'm not the only one of us who has to take a pill. In hindsight, I feel rather thoughtless of not remembering at all and leaving it to Lily. You stupid man! Smack myself. That was probably the fakest slap you've ever seen. But if one of you guys wants to smack me, now's the time. Oh! That's so hard! What's wrong with you guys? I know at least one of you smacked it. I know at least one of you did. Looking out to the cupboard she mentions, I notice again the knee-high piles of books around us that were here the other time I visited. For the most part, they're lined up against the wall to give a little more room around the table. Why don't you get a bookshelf for your books? It's odd to see books just piled around, especially given that your room looks so neat and orderly otherwise. And we change the subject. Books are very important. They're easier to find this way. I know exactly where which pile each book is in. Wouldn't you still know that after putting each of them on a different shelf? That may be, but so she's not immune to bursts of laziness after all. Well, then she would have to buy a bookshelf, assemble a bookshelf, put the books on it. Yeah, I just don't want to do that, man. That's a lot of work. You have so many of them. It's kind of a shame we can't share our book sets despite both of us reading so much. She gives a short giggle. come to think of it, why do you order your books through Yamaku? I imagine there are plenty of sites that you can order books in Braille from, especially in English Braille. There are a lot of text-to-speech programs, too. She turns her head slightly away from me, which strikes me as somewhat surprising. I'm just not all that good with computers. I'm alright with typewriters and braillers, but that's about it. Typewriters? Who uses typewriters anymore? Girl, we gotta get you into the 21st century. Her tone almost makes me chuckle. She's a prideful person, so admitting something like that must be difficult. So Lily's the low-tech kind of person. Giving her old-fashioned personality, it's not really a stunning surprise. I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of people aren't really that good with them, so it's not that usual. Unusual, I mean. That's unusual. Now she's even more depressed. It feels like I'm twisting the knife rather than healing her wounds. Maybe we should change the subject again. Football! No, she's a girl. I got nothing. With a bit of squirming, I shuffle my way closer to her, tentatively putting one hand around her waist to hug her. I'm still not really used to the kind of physical affection, but Lily seems to like it. Kissy time. Kissy time. Lily smiles as she turns to face me. A kiss being the reward for giving it to her, into her. She draws me in, brushing her upper lip, my upper lip with hers before pressing against both. This way, every one of my senses is filled with her. Sight, touch, smell, hearing, taste. Ew, you're tasting her, you cannibal. The barely perceptible scent of her hair, the taste of her tongue. Ew! Tongues are kind of gross, guys, honestly. Fleetly touches mine, the tenderness of her lips, the image of her filling my mind, the total silence apart from her faint breath. We may have kissed before, but even if this is more a kiss of simple affection than anything, it's still a new and pleasant sensation. I love that face. I just do. That is a nice face. Judging from her vivid blush as she pulls back, it's obvious she feels the same as I do. Even if we're entirely alone, it still feels a little embarrassing to open up to each other this much. Well, at least the door is closed, and it's probably locked. So, if we take everything day by day, I think that would be the best. Small steps, right? Right, yeah, just small steps. Just small steps. Small steps. Small, small, small. We have plenty of time to be together. Even after the school year is over, as long as we move together, I think everything will work out okay. Neither of us is going anywhere soon, after all. Yeah, we're gonna die, aren't we? For now, I'm just thankful for the small moment of time we can spend together. It's so nice. It really is. It's so nice. And with that transition, I think I'm gonna have to end the episode here, guys. This just seems like a very good place to stop. So, like and favorite if you've enjoyed, subscribe, of course. I will see you guys next time. I'm out there in YouTube land. We are drawing to the end of this playthrough. And I'm excited. So, well, I'm excited to see how it ends, and then also excited to move on to something new. So I'll see you guys next time. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward.